examples. I'll do 2 examples in this video because these are short. Examples of applying those concepts of the accumulated damage, right? So we have on O2 50 millimeter deep groove bearing, and it carries 2 load levels at 100 RPM, so it's the same RPM. That makes it a lot easier. For 500 hours, it carries 20 kilonewtons. After this, how much longer can it carry 30 kilonewtons with 90% reliability? Okay, so all these have the same reliability when we're trying to look through them. So what we want to do is we want to look up this bearing's capacity in table 11.2. Right, so because that's all we're doing, we're using it for one manufacturer here. And I should have marked the page. Had that page marked out already. So let's see, we have a bearing here of O250 right here. This O250, and is it a deep groove? Yep, it's a deep groove. Right, so it can handle 35.1 kilonewtons. Right, so we want to try to figure out like there how much longer it can carry a 30 kilonewtons after it has carried 20 kilonewtons for 500 hours right here. So C10 that we have from the catalog is 35.1 kilonewtons right here. So what we do is we predict, we use the idea that C10 is found from taking life. So we might have like L1 over LR right here and raise it to the 1 over A. Alright, so let's take a look and see what the life of this will be at 1 right here. Right, and then we can do that same thing with this other loading, right? So this is, we'll say that this is loading 1, 20 kilonewtons for 500 hours, and this is going to be loading 2, right? So let's find out what that is. So we say 35 kilonewtons, and we take 20 kilonewtons. We figure out what the life would be and compared to the rated life, right? So we got 1 over 3. And what we find out is that L1 of this thing, we would predict that would be 5.405 E6. That's how long it would live. That's what our prediction would be. Now let's do the thing for this. So this is at loading 1. Now how about load 2? We take 35, but now we're going to do it for 30, right? Our L2 right here, 1E6 underneath there, raised to the 1/3. We would take an L2 and we'd get 1.6 E6. That's the number of cycles we could predict from this right here. Now let's say how many have we used? Well, let's take little L1 is going to be, let's say that this is the number of hours, that 500 and the RPM and 60 out of that thing. So we say 500 times 100 RPM times 60, and we end up with 3E6 revs, right? So here's the linear damage rule. L1 over big L1, little L2 over big L2 equals 1. So we say 3 e to the 6 divided by 5.405 E6 is going to be our prediction, divided by 1.6 E6 equals 1. We're going to find L2 is going to be 7.11 E6. These are revs, by the way. So when we want to find the amount of hours we say little l2 divided by n2, which is, once again, it's going to be 100 RPM divided by 60. And when we find it, we get 118.5 hours. Right? So we wrote this other one for 500 hours. Now we're predicting this one is going to last at 30 kilonewtons for an additional 120 hours, right? We might not want to use 4 sig figs right here because we're predicting failure. And if you're off by, 10 times that, 1/10 of that, you're going to look pretty foolish trying to tell somebody it's going to last that, how many fractions of an hour. So it's one of the reasons why we don't play the game with sig figs. Don't give a lot of sig figs out. All right, that's example 1. I think I'll make it a whole separate video out of this. Why not? 6-minute videos. That's good. It's nice to have some short videos.